He broke up with me.
And now my life is over.
I know it sucks. Eat some pie,
I'm disgusting.
sleep, and don't cry. Don't cry.
Hello?
What's up?
I'm truly fascinated by projects like yours that start with short film and then they develop in a full feature. How's been that journey for you since the creation, since the idea to now that it's already a full feature film that is getting pretty good reviews?
It's been a long, tiring journey, but I'm so grateful that I'm finally here and the movie's coming out. But it started off, it was a personal story, and that I turned into a feature film, that I turned back into a short film. I got this grant, and then it became like a mini web series thing, and then back into a feature. So many years, many different versions of the story. But you know what? You have to persevere with with indie filmmaking. It takes a long time. There's so many ups and downs. But if you really, really believe in something, you keep on pushing it up the hill. Eventually, I think people are like, okay, let her let her tell her movie or tell her story. Yeah, so I persevered, and I'm very thankful that I'm here now.
Congratulations. It's rarely in film nowadays that we have stories like this that tell how anger you're allowed to be. Because usually we try to restrain how we feel when things happen in our life. And I wonder how the idea of having a personal monster come up, because I think it's very individual. And of course, the situation that Melissa's character is going through is very particular. But and it's very personal because it's something this kind of real story. And I wonder, what do you, like? How did you come up with a monster? And how personal is this monster for you?
Extremely personal. I mean, this is based on something that happened to me, and it was the character of Monster was, you know, in the story, it's this manifestation of Laura's rage. But I think what it was mimicking in my own life was that I initially, when I was going through this rough period, I was developing a relationship with my anger. And so I initially was kind of afraid of these feelings. And then as I got to know the side of myself, I realized, oh, actually, my monster is this thing that I could have been using for my entire life. It's there to protect me. It's there to identify the toxic, negative sources in my life, and help me get rid of them. And so I slowly, my relationship went from antagonistic to love. And that had, in when writing the script, I wanted that the relationship between Laura and Monster to have that same sort of development in their relationship. So Monster had to be, initially kind of scary and annoying and grotesque. And then as you get to know him, he's like, oh my God, he is smart. He is charming. He is uh, brave. He's all these wonderful things, and that I think that my own monster has. And so yeah, like, he had to be like the scariest parts of us and the most wonderful parts of us.
In terms of directing, you are an actress. You come from showing your emotions. How different it is now you have to portray those emotions in a camera through actors. So how difficult or how easy it is this process? It's a new process, not a new because you did a bunch of short films, but now you have to show that emotion through other people.
Well, I think having an acting background was very, very helpful in working with actors, because I know how vulnerable it is to perform in front of a camera, in front of an entire crew. It's a very hard, vulnerable job. And so I think that gave me a lot of, it set a good foundation for me in my approach for, working and collaborating with them. But I'm much more comfortable behind the camera than I ever was in front of the camera. So I think it was very liberating for me because I think was always too anxious to perform. And so I could have all the fun of making a movie without all the anxiety that comes with performing. And so I could really lean on them. And it's such a wonderful, gratifying experience to write a story and then very confident actors, um, bring it to life in a way that is like, it's so, larger than life. And then they find new colors to the characters that you never imagined that were possible. And it's just a really wonderful, satisfying experience.
I truly love the idea of the movie. And it mixes so many genre that I love. And I wonder how was introduced, how was presented the project to you? Because it's like, what was the first idea that you had when you heard the story and you read the script? It was like a horror, rom-com, or someone struggling with mental health.
I think I primarily saw it as a comedy. Like the elements of horror and the elements of horror or even the dramatic elements felt funny and ridiculous to me. Now, I don't know that that's necessarily how they were meant to be or how they played out, but I was really taken by the comedy first.
I'm Caroline's producing partner on the film, so I saw the short film and was part of the process of kind of developing it and expanding it in the script, which the short was more just horror rom-com kind of mix, and the musical elements came through the writing of the feature. I just was so excited for the challenge of figuring out how to mesh these genres. And the cool part about my experience is that, normally as an actor, you get the script and then you maybe get to talk to the director. I got to watch Caroline's entire process. So I knew what she was thinking and how it was all going to feel and unfold. So yeah, I was just really excited to see what she could do with it.
How cool is that you watched the short film and then you are in the movie and you were processing everything from the beginning? And and how much freedom Caroline gave you, both of you as an actor, because she's a first director, she is an actress. So I assume it's just she's coming from a different perspective than just a regular director, and she also wrote the script, so she knows what she's doing. So how much freedom she let you have to create certain things at certain moments in the movie?
Yeah, a lot of freedom. I mean, there are a lot of things in the movie that were improvised where, we did it the first we did it the way it was written, and then we were encouraged by Caroline to try it again, in some new way. I think the answer to your question is as much freedom as any director has ever given an actor.
I think it's really, really cool. I think a lot of first-time directors, and I can imagine, I may be like this as a first-time director going in, feeling like if things move around, it feels really scary. You have this one shot to show people what you can do with a feature. And so I think a lot of people's instinct would maybe to control and make sure they get the result they want. And Caroline is so flexible and just wants to do what feels the most true in the moment. And she really lets every actor just be set completely free. It's a really special experience working with her.
I think the movie is gonna be a hit because it's opening soon, and I have heard already many good comments before I watched, because I watched the movie last night. So for me, I'm really excited how people are gonna perceive the movie and how many conversations it's gonna create. Thank you so much for your time and congratulations. It's a really good movie.
Ruben.
Thank you so much.